Mary Catherine, and today I will be speaking on why college students should know the effects of sleep on memory. Have you ever had a marathon study session or crammed on the night before a test? If that is correct, then your performance was most likely lower than your desired goal. According to researchers, a person's memory and cognition is impaired when the individual lacks the proper amount of sleep. When asleep, the brain is making new connections, taking out the bad, restoring memories as well as making new. In application, having the knowledge that sleep improves memory will help to alter study and sleeping habits. College students should know the effects of sleep on memory because the brain stores memory during sleep, sleep improves memorization, and the approaches of sleep on study habits. This brings us to point 1. The brain stores memory during sleep. According to James Catlett, author of my biological psychology textbook, says when a person learns material, the hippocampus is active. In addition, James Catlett says when recording activity during sleep, the hippocampus is significantly more active than when awake while learning. During that time when asleep, there is activity in the hippocampus, and the activity is the process of turning short-term memory into long-term memory. And the types of memory that are being turned into long-term memory are called declarative memories, which are the facts that you're trying to memorize for the test. Moreover, in the cortical areas of the brain, new dendritic branches of the neuron are formed, made possible by the replay of memories. Furthermore, during sleep, the brain is actively pruning the non-significant dendritic connections in order to allow new connections to be formed, allowing for more memories. Which brings us to point 2. Sleep improves memorization. When addressing memories, there is an important process that turns new memories, which are fragile and easily disrupted, into stronger state, which is impervious to this corruption. This process is called consolidation. This transformation occurs in 2 ways: synaptically, which happens in a few days, or systematically, which happens in a few days or a few weeks. However, how is this process affected while sleeping? Focusing on Guyas and co-workers' 2006 study on the idea that sleep enhances consolidation, they tested 2 groups. One group called the sleep group and the second group called the awake group. The tasks given to both groups were to learn 24 pairs of English-German vocabulary words. The first group, which is the sleep group, went to sleep within 3 hours after learning the vocab words, while the second group, which was the awake group, had a 10-hour delay after learning the pairs until they were able to have a full night's sleep. As a result, when tested after sleeping, the sleep group forgot significantly less pairs than the awake group. But what do we really get out of this study? Well, there is 2 discoveries founded from this study, which is when asleep, there is less distracting environmental stimuli that disrupt this process of consolidation. And the second discovery is consolidation is enhanced while sleeping. Which brings us to point 3. The approaches of sleep has on study habits. Since we know memory is consolidated during sleep, how can we use this to our advantage? According to James Catlett, if a person needs to memorize something for a test, then that person should study the night of the test and then when they are awake. In addition, another way to improve memory of learned material is taking a nap after studying. This will provide a needed break from studying. Focusing on sleep, according to James Callett, the average recommendation of the amount of hours needed for a college student is around 7 to 9 hours of sleep. In application, when adjusting your sleep schedule, aim for at least 7 hours of sleep. So, when you're studying at night, you know when to stop. From personal first-hand experience, in order to keep my sleep schedule consistent, I have been using a sleep app for a month so far. I have noticed that my average hours of sleep has increased to 8 hours, which is actually right in the middle of the recommendation of hours of sleep needed for college students by James Callett. Being aware of your sleep schedule will help you adjust your study habits, especially your sleep habits. In conclusion, sleep is an important aspect for the maintenance of memory in the brain because during sleep, the hippocampus is actively working. In addition, memory consolidation is enhanced during sleep, which improves earlier learned materials for the test. Having the knowledge that sleep improves memory will help college students be aware to how to improve memorization for a test. However, if you have no choice but to pull an all-nighter before the test, at least do it 3 days in advance, according to my psychology professors at North Greenville University. This is so for your brain to process all this information systematically. Overall, adjusting your study habits will come naturally when improving your sleep schedule. So, college students should know the effects of sleep on memory because the brain stores memory during sleep, sleep improves memorization, and the approaches of sleep has on study habits. Thank you.